Niswenga pa sakan tikon Meghalaya News 24 channel onar mjaksoa. Tani khoborang de. NPP ni dulgapa rakam e sangmani butpar salo aganani getta de. Wamangni party gambigri by election na kham kha anio nambatinga. Aru wamangan bangbate chakani kuba matninga ne parakataha. Wandagi sangmani aganani getta de. NPP baksa gambigri by election o sambabate susana gapa de. TMC song inga neba sangma jana pangaha. Endaki yung ingon batangaman salo para katman gaman gata, kambigri by electiono susana, ruling National People's Party nis kotong dolgapa konat ke sangmani jekapa metap chandi sangma susagen. TMC partiyo ni, tingnak para MDC sadirani M sangma susagen, ya by electiono susana Congress aru BJP de, official ng candidate ni bimurangko para kat kujaenga.
Anga miso salgatam na kambigri constituency campaign ana yang acham banga yang tengen ana namen kusyonga mandirang ni support kani ko like chung NPP ni kita madam metap sandi sama ko proposal una jian gambe gini mandirangan demand kacho so oni kemen anga kani campaign ko ra mandirang ni meeting rango asoma ko mandirang kusyonga ko namen kusyonga so walaupun ko de NPP altu en chena de nanga mana mandirang gambe gini mandirang mana bisongba development ko mga daksana nang parang rama to nanga mga hospital nanga do bisong ni what you call exam center ko ba chung do chung ko ba school ba song ni problem ba ana development man nang parang ba so mo ko chanchi government no do ko de government do ko den namgini ko bakbat ni mana ne bisong kumukan we ar bisong ga gambagini mandirang ara NPP na vote ko no de sarkari yo baksa chapani ko mangen ne bisong namen we andi ba congress no ba bisong na opposition no chair ko don suenga TMC na vote ko no ba opposition na chair ko don suenga bisong ni cheng mamong ta ko ba change
Bilsi kharini dingthang rkrkani ongingon agosakni dingdoanirang battingon Patangaman somayo, Southwest Garo Hills ni Ampati Jila o, dengbat srangpa salko nakangna matnaha, jeon ya biapni dengani, sotprisa 0.3 degree ong plahacham. Apsan daki curi srangni riangna namnekapa Meghalaya ni mengsenggapa biap sora o ba, mijal salni bako pangnagata daki ja dengpretangaha, aro ya biapni dengani o, kolachi gani 0.5 degree o na soktoangaha. Wan daki adoko sal agre dengpretani, ba heatwave ong ingani gaman, Meghalaya ni Education Minister rakam e sangma school ni somairang ko dengthangatani bidungo adita aganani ko takangaha.
If we decide the school timing, it is very difficult. Look, in Shillong, there is no issue, right? So there was a proposal. To have schools the classes during in the month of December and January, right? But during the December and January, this is not proper for the Shillong people, right? For Garo Hills, having a class during December, January and February is perfect because a good environment. But for Shillong, it is very it's very cold here back in Shillong, so we cannot decide so. But now, coming back to your question, there are many schools already that have applied their minds. They have already started their classes in the morning, right? Suppose if there is a storm, don't wait for the government instruction to close down the school. The principal should decide, right? If there is a heat wave, don't wait for the government to decide, right? They should decide by themselves. I think sometime I would instruct all the institutions on the need basis. Let them sometime decide, right? For the interests of our children's interests of our schools, interests of our students.
Education Minister rakam e sangmani butpar salo aganani kita de, adok sorkari adok ni school gumak na naljokani ko dakna nangchinggapa ong e donchina aganangaha. Uni aganani kita de, adok ni banga school basrangon dao de tracking system rang dongjok, andaki ong en chumo ba school ni principal aru bisarangko nirok keparangko, school bisarangko nambate semsakani kamko kachina sangma didiangaha. Wanagi Education Minister, adok rang aru Union Territory gemukon, Guidelines on School Safety and Security hajalgani kolgruksa ko namdabate bisarangna semsak nirokani ko dakchina didiangaha. Wasan oigija sangma Protection of Child from Sexual Offense Act ni bidungo ba janapangaha.
Yes, we have already instructed for all the schools management. Safety is a priority. Safety is a priority. Suppose there are many school buses, right? It's running in the city. Most of the school buses has a tracking system, right? And GPS system. We know what time is school students coming up. But of course, there's some exceptional cases will happen. That which is very unfortunate, and so should not happen also. But I will encourage every management, principal, every elders, right? Be it the parents, our priority of our children is very, very important.
Khasi Students Union, Budpar Salo, Meghalaya Governor CH Vijay na memorandum ko nangaha. Aru ya memorandum mo wamang, inner line permit ko tharake kamuna rabachina, Citizenship Amendment Act ko rakalchina, Khasi Kusuko Constitution ni chet kapa schedule na rakachina, Aru Indo-Nepal Friendship Treaty, Richard Isku Sotpungaoni ko exam kana jana pangaha. Dakyong inchmo ba yarangi bidungo namgapa agan sakani ko di wamang sengna nangkuinga ni KSU ni General Secretary Donald V. Thaba para kataha. Harijan Panchayat Committee ko dulgaparang mijal salni bako Chief Secretary DP walang ko Secretariat to grongen ba gi ritchagatam sotbrigni TMU maulongoni ko jitna nangingapa noktangrangni bidungo chanchirumani ko dakangaha. Ye chanchirumani ko dakmateng sumayo HPC wamangni nangnakarangni bidungo Chief Secretary na aganangaha aru wamang baksa Amritsaroni ribagapa delegation ba bakrang paaha. Wanaki delegation ni khobor athumgaparang na aganani gitadi wamang ya biap jitani bidungo bangin chanchirumna nangkhuinga aru wana agre de chim khobor na thalatna mankujawa aneba aganangaha. Ndakyong ingon HPC ya chanchirumani ko chuung nakade ongja ndiba wamang adok sorkari ko wamang na September ni jabo na una somai ko unchina mulmulangaha.
It's a part of an ongoing discussion which is going on, and the SGPC leadership comprising of the General Secretary Sir Rajinder Singh Mehta, the former Bhagwan Singh Syalka and Gurinder Singh, and myself, I am just an activist, Jagmohan Singh. We have presented our viewpoint, and it is still in infancy as to what is going to happen. So we are not in a position to share anything with the media at this stage. We are only saying that it's a very constructive meeting that we had, and we are very hopeful that this problem of the residents of Punjabi Lane will be solved sooner than later.
National Green Tribunal ni bilsich khungna chpe dongaman nyamgri khoila choani bidungo Meghalaya ni Skorong Minister khonat ke sangma salsana workshop ko anmatang somayo adita aganani ko dakangaha. Ye workshop ko Meghalaya ni Directorate of Mineral Resources ongataha aru ye somayo Skorong Minister Hadalgani Shibri Bilsio ni chpe dongaman khoila choani bidungo aganangaha. Wanagi ye workshop ko State Convention Center Shillong ongataha aru ye somayo sangma Meghalaya ni Geological aru Mineral Map Paksana Mineral Management and Development Portal ko ba abachingate onaha. Wasan oigi ja ye somayo Ministry of Mines, Ministry of Coal, adok sorkari aru private agency rang ba bakrangaha. Meghalaya ni Skorong Minister khonat ke sangma State Cabinet meeting ko daktalani jaman Shillong Airport na runway ko ritchabonga meter ni kita daldabatna nangani gaman aganangaha. Ya runway ko daldabatna muksongingon yano dalkhalbatta sildoreng ji khai Airbus A320 aru Boeing 737 dakabarang ko rabanang nga jikun mungsonge di Indigo aru SpiceJet dakapa airline rang jakhala. Nakyong ingon yani bidingo Directorate General of Civil Aviation noni ko thalatani ko singna nangkhuinga ndiba sangmaya project ni dalro rowanio khadongani ko pharakangaha.
Had a detailed presentation. It was not a formal item, but it was a presentation that was given by the Transport Department, which is basically for the expansion of the Shillong Airport. As you are aware that we have been facing a large number of challenges, and previous technical reports had made it quite difficult for us to actually go into the feasibility of expanding the airport. But after doing a study which was sanctioned by the state government last year to do a LIDAR survey of the entire area around the airport, about 20 square kilometers, was studied. And this is, of course, being done with Airport Authority of India on board. We are happy to inform that we have been able to come out with few options where in the existing airport itself we should be able to extend the runway, which would make it feasible for at least the Airbus A320 and the Boeing 737. 737, is it correct? Yes. Boeing 737, which is about 180, 170 seater aircrafts. In layman's term, basically the Indigo flights and the SpiceJet flights that we normally take. So this particular study and this particular master plan and this implementation should allow us to make the landing of these aircrafts feasible in the existing airport that we have. Of course, there are certain more clearances that are required. Further discussions have to be done with Government of India, especially with DGCA and the Civil Aviation Ministry. So we are on the job. It is still at, you can say, the process and the planning stage is still on. But the initial report that we have seen today from the Transport Department is very encouraging and very positive, and we are hopeful that we should be able to take this forward. But as I said, that I will not jump the gun right now. We will only come out with a detailed press note and all the facts once we are able to clear all the clearances and meetings with the DGCA and the Civil Aviation Ministry. But since this was in the agenda, and since we discussed this, and since it's a positive news for all of us, I thought I would share this with you, that after the meeting we had, we are quite hopeful that we should be able to extend the runway, and we're hopeful that if all the different aspects fall into place, we should be able to land the normal commercial flights, which is normally the A320 and the Boeing 737 in the existing.
Skorong Minister Konat Kesangma Batangaman Somayo, Baljik Airport ni bidungo yatani ko nangaha. Wanagi sangmani parakatani gitadi, Baljik Airport ko kham khana adita dakna nanganirang dongkhuinga, yako kham khana dao aarang ko bara datna nangin. Nakyong ingon Skorong Minister ni agana ni gitadi, yarang ni bidungo Deputy Commissioner Office Revenue Branch gisik nangin kham khainga ni agana ngaha.
Absolutely not. In fact, the discussion of land acquisition for Baljik is also on. The land acquisition process, the identification by the Revenue Department, Revenue Branch of the DC office is already under process. They have done an initial report. The Airport Authority of India was not at that point satisfied with that report. So another detailed report is now being prepared. So both are going hand in hand, and we are keen that in both locations the flight should start. In fact, the work for the Baljik Airport has started before. The process for this one, for the Umrah Airport started, because in Umrah Airport we were also looking at the option of a new location. But then that's when the government, we sat down when it said that, well, why don't we revisit this and see once more and invest a bit on technical reports, and maybe there could be an option that could come out where we may be able to actually bring in the larger aircrafts in the existing airport itself. So it was a chance we took, and we're happy that this particular step we took has given us a an option. So we were happy with this, and we are working ahead and going ahead with Baljik also. In fact, in Baljik Airport also, in advanced state, all the discussions are taking place at a very, very advanced.
Meghalaya Sorkari, Director of Tourism ko dengtang department ni ko representative rang ko rai, committee ko tharina agana ngaha. Wan naki ya department rang, tourism, law enforcement, police, state administration, aru gupan agency rang jekai taxi association rang ungen. Ya committee ko thariani muksongani de, tourism sector ko chuguma kong inirok nang inga, aru mungsong batte de, yan ado ko taxi salgaparang ni bidungo ungen. Ndakyong ingon Skorong Minister Konat Kesangma, Patangaman Somayo Uni Taxi Association Oniko Mansogaman Tinigaman Bazana Pangaha.
I have received the particular letter from the Taxi Association, and I'm aware about their concerns. And of course, there are a lot of issues that are there that they have mentioned. So I have directed the Director of Tourism to form a small committee where we have members from the tourism, the law, police, district administration, and other departments concerned, and more importantly, the stakeholders themselves, to really come up with the full comprehensive analysis of what this entire sector and how the taxis are being impacted, what are the suggestions and solutions that we have in front of us, how many taxis are there, how many tourists are coming in. So we want to come out with a decision once we are able to really assess the situation in a detailed manner and give a fair chance to all the stakeholders to express their concerns about this issue. So that committee has already been formed. At least we have notified from our side the Director of Tourism, and he will be co-opting members. As I said, more importantly, the taxi association and drivers themselves. Bring them on board, discuss with them in detail what is exactly the issues, what are the proposals, what are the options that we have in front of us, what steps could we take, what would be the reaction to the steps that we may take, and if those reactions do take place, are we ready for those reactions or not? So it will require all these aspects of it. How many taxi drivers are there, registered, unregistered, how many people will be impacted. So all those aspects need to be really looked into before we can really come to a conclusive decision. So I'm hopeful that the Directors Committee will very shortly meet everybody and submit a report quickly to us. And post that, I will definitely be calling the different stakeholders and discussing, and we'll find how we will be able to move forward in this entire direction.
Meghalaya Skorong Minister Khonat Ki Sangmani Batangaman Sumayo Yatani Gtade, Excise Department ni Busturangko Palgapao, QR code ko donchina State Cabinet Nangnakira Chakaha ni Uyataha. Ya Gatalgaba system, bottle gian tion dengtang mansagapa QR code ko dongen, Aru ya QR code ko Jakhalen, Sorkari ya bon ni dengtang dokhanona sokwangani ko ba nina mangen. Wanaki ya gatal system ko thariani de revenue rangko adoko skathang dakija thikthak ong rakhina inga.
Proposal by the Excise Department to have a QR code based tracking system for the different products being sold by the Excise Department, which basically in simple terms means that every bottle that is going to be sold in Meghalaya is going to have a QR code tracking QR code on it. This will help us to track the entire journey or whatever you call it of the bottle, so that we know exactly where it had, which shop it was supposed to be sold, if there is any leakage in the system. So we'll be able to track this entire system, and we are expecting that this will have anything between 5% to 10% of impact on the overall revenue, and the leakage that we are seeing in today's system will be plugged by the use of the QR code technology. And this is one thing that we have been wanting to implement in the Excise Department, and we are happy that today this has been cleared by and approved by the Cabinet, and we'll take this forward. So that was the fifth agenda that was taken up.
Dalni khoborang di yarangsan khoborang ni gaban nambate winas kinchmode Meghalaya News 24.com oni ko ni nagta mangen sakanti ko ni sohani na mathela.